Monday morning, ladies and gentlemen.
Good morning.
How are you today?
Good. It's Monday. I always feel like when I have a purpose this morning, Mondays turned into more, um, they have better vibrations than normal. It's
hmm
not so much of a struggle.
hmm hmm
How are you?
I'm getting ready for the week. I'm good. The weekend was action packed. Still licking my wounds, but I wouldn't have had it any other way. I would have had it any other way. So kind of
As long
struggling to
as
get my cuff done up, but
I love
supposed
how
to be
you narrate all these, struggles.
it's supposed to be one smooth motion, just bam, hit the cuff, 1, 2 button, and I cut off. For the last 30 seconds, I'm sitting here just like, okay. Okay. But if that's the only struggle I gotta deal with today, I'll take it. I will take it. Oh man, there's so much that can happen, and all of it starts with how you envision it.
Well, how you think about it. I was just reading about how um, self-doubt can be like pared down when you just appreciate those small milestones and like really um, congratulate yourself just for showing up. And it
Mm,
does make a difference when your mind frame is I'm doing one small step at a time. Then that resistance and that friction of doubt can
mhm.
really make you not want to do anything.
Yeah. I have this bad habit of taking on the world, or as I like to say, barking up higher trees than I can climb.
Yes.
And whenever I talk to my parents on a regular basis, whenever I talk to my mom and I'm going through one of these moments, she's just like, David, because she's Jamaican and she doesn't have her accent until, and I'm sure we all know those scenarios. So David, how you eat that elephant? Well, I don't like elephants. They're tough. The skin is rigid. I don't. You know what I mean? He that why? How you eat that elephant? So like, one bite at a time. He's
Yes,
like,
exactly.
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 No matter how big it is, no matter how challenging it could be, you
Yeah.
can only take it one step at a time. You can only ever do one thing at a time. So why look at the whole load of laundry when you can only fold one article at a time?
Yes.
I think that's been my problem. I've been looking at the whole 4, 5, 6 loads, just like uh,
Just do one.
one at a time.
Do one at a time. Exactly.
Life's metaphor. So, um, I like it when you have a story about things.
Oh, you want me to come up with a story?
Yes, yes. Your storytelling game is on point. So,
Hmm. So I was talking to a lady and I saw myself in her maybe 2 years ago when I thought, who's going to listen to me? What do I have to offer? And when I saw myself in her, I had so much compassion for myself. And I know that can sound very selfish because everything I turn into a narrative for my own purpose. But I had to see my own growth and my own expansion to believe it. And it helps others when you become the best version of yourself. It makes others a better person when you're a better person. And as much as I wanted to be nurturing and compassionate and loving throughout the journey of my expansion, I could have only done it through the eyes of somebody else.
hmm.
Yeah? Does that make sense? Or is that too?
It does, but like to clarify for those who might not get it,
Yeah.
I in what you say, I'm very similar. I
Yes.
like to relate. So I'm self-centered to an extent. I make it about me. Like if I'm gonna understand your story, I have to relate. And in order to relate, I gotta make it about me.
But me.
And the thing that I get caught up in is disassociating myself with the situation after I relate to it so that I can see it for the person's perspective.
The trajectory.
Yes. I take it on as if it is me. Like this is me. That's me right
and
now.
and the only way to really survive is to be a tad bit selfish. Like if it, I need to have a stake in it in order to believe in it, in order to move it forward. If I don't believe in it, if I don't give a crap, it's not going to happen. And so if I have an understanding of where this is, what the project is going, or where I see this person, their ambition and their dreams, and if I can give a morsel of inspiration, a morsel of help, that's that's not necessarily all about me, but it's because I can see this person's potential and where they want to go. And as we evolve into the best versions of ourselves, I need to be able to say we uplifted a whole generation, or we uplifted the people around us. It makes a huge difference.
Yes, yes, it does. It really does. It's like I can tell. I mean, holiday seasons. Like I'm looking for a hat with firecrackers on it or fireworks on it because
Okay.
I have a thing where I wear a hat that goes with the theme of the holiday. Now, there's holidays that have their controversial conflicts. I'm not into it for the controversy. I'm looking at the mental health effect, or the effect on mental health when someone does something out of the norm to take people's mind off of the norm and improve the functionality of it. So I go back to this one situation with an older woman, and I went to my doctor's office. It was like end of November, and I had one of my regular Tucon, my exposed to North Tucon, and she looked at me, and she was akimbo. She had her hand on her hip, looked at me, looked up. She's like, "Well, that's not right." I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, I've seen this lady before several times. You know what I mean? She's never had an issue with me. Like, why all of a sudden it's like it's not because I'm black? What's going on here? Like, she's like, "You're usually wearing one of your hats by now." I said, "No, I'm not. It's the end of November. I start at the beginning of December." She's like, "No, no, no. I've been going here for years, son, and I've seen you. Usually you have your funny hats on around this time." And I was stunned because I did not realize, like, I knew people saw me, but I didn't know people were watching me.
Yes, they are watching you.
You know, like,
The detail, yes.
so immediate, like when I finished my appointment, I went home and I put my hat on. I was just like, okay, cool. Like, and like I find the older generations now, I'm talking like people in their 60s, like late 50s, 60s, 70s, they really respond to me when I'm wearing like my bunny ears or when I'm wearing my Santa onesie, because it's like it reminds them of a time that was. So in what you said, being your best self,
Yes.
yeah, sometimes you might feel a little silly doing something, or you might feel awkward doing
Yes.
something, but
Yes.
that it if it came to you to do it, because you never know who you're going to affect positively
Exactly.
in doing that.
Exactly. And you need it. That chain reaction is necessary, because if I say, "Oh, it doesn't matter what I do," and it never inspires someone to be, to take that next step in their life, it doesn't happen. That chain reaction just doesn't happen. And so everything that you do, whether we're doing this podcast, whether we're not doing this podcast, we're on to another project, someone's going to go back and be like, "What was Alicia and David doing in 2022?" And they're going to look at all the stuff that we did. And I think that's, we don't realize the impact that we're making until we've already made the impact.
And as a side note, for the record, I'm on my 20th issue of the magazine. She's in the works of a production that she can tell you about. I think I'm at to date, I'm at episode 286 of my one podcast and 135 going on 36 of my other podcast. Plus, on the third podcast, we're in season 4, episode 2. and those are just the podcasts. So
Yes.
I'm grateful. I'm grateful. I'm very grateful that I have the time and the energy to do all of this stuff, because
Yes.
that's just a podcast. That's not like, the daughter upstairs getting ready, a business partner
totally.
down the hall who's, either taking a nap or mixing and mingling with Niagara socialites
And having some breakfast.
and having some breakfast, It's 7 o'clock in the morning, ladies and gentlemen, on a Monday. Remember this, like, we're just getting started. So
Exactly. And just to say that, I'm writing my proposal for the Hay House Publishing Company. I'm starting my mentorship program. And that's where I'm getting my data for expanding my webinar into the next 6 months, kind of thinking of how to change it, how to modify it to really engage how weaving your heirloom can use storytelling in the meditation process, and how art and craft is so essential to becoming who you want to be. You have to have art and craft. It's expanding the imagination, expanding the possibility. It's those small knits that make you who you are.
No, I have a theory. Okay.
What's the theory?
I have a theory. This theory is going to piss a lot of people off. And I'm not trying to desecrate the sanctity of anyone's industry, authority, or position. I just have a theory.
Okay. What is it?
Now, if you're a doctor, right?
Yeah.
You're helping someone when they're sick. Okay. If you're a lawyer, you're helping someone after they've committed a crime, usually, or when they're in some kind of legal complication. If you're working in mechanics, you're fixing a problem, or engineering, you're fixing a problem after it happens. Now, psychology is an art. Law is an art. But do you notice with creatives, a lot of them see past problems and speak on future solutions?
Have to.
So if these occupations that deal with the problem after it happens are so illustrious, why is an energy or an effort to avoid the problem in the first place not more sacred?
Because they can't see the reality that we live in, or the possibility of the reality that we live in. And so the evolution can't be seen yet. And that's why it's not taken seriously, because they live in the here and the now. So this problem we're going to perpetuate because we focus on the problem. And that's what it is. It makes more money that way when you generate the problem, and you put more money into fixing the problem. But when you're trying to prevent the problem that hasn't even occurred, they don't even understand that.
That's profound.
But it's been said. It's been said that, and this is where I have one foot in the understanding, and the next foot into the possibility, is that I want to see the seed, like what started that, what created the Martin Luther King, what created the Nelson Mandela, what created the Gandhis at that time, because they were so forward thinking. And it had to be the brutality. It had to go to the effect of creating such a monumental person, like that we memorialize even today. They had to come out that big in order to have some effect. And in our time, there's going to be many people that are going to be memorialized and kind of seen as bigger than themselves, because we are evolving in a wave of people, not just like one or two people. It's like a huge movement now into the 5D.
All I'm saying is, don't wait till I'm dying. I'm dying to honor me. That's all I'm saying.
We're just one cog in the wheel. We're just one step towards.
I'm here right now. Hit like, hit share, hit subscribe. You know what I mean? Follow her, add her.
Weaving Your Heirloom. Yes, on Facebook.
You know what I mean? Check out Weaving Your Heirloom on Facebook. You got to do it, man. Do it. Exactly. I got to take a second. I feel like I've been sponsored by Cass Peebles, because she's got her artwork all over my house. She's got some glasswork right here, like this one right here.
Yes, I like that one.
it speaks volumes. It's like the woman's face is off her skull, and
Yes, I like it a
you
lot.
know what I mean. And then we got the Freddy Krueger over here. That's the Freddy Krueger, and this one is just like a garden piece. I got a few more coming. I got like this floor piece coming. Like these pieces are amazing. I got some from Gma in the front window, so people come up, they see the bear in the window. It's like don't mess with the bear. The bear's in despair.
You definitely have that as your spirit animal.
Yeah, yeah. I want to get one of them totems that she drew, but like it takes a little bit of time. So, oh my goodness. Okay, so what are your goals for the week? What's your main goal for the week? We'll pick a goal for the week, and then we'll keep each other in check by making sure that we get it done. Not to put you on the spot, but you know.
To uplift myself, to encourage myself, to reward myself for everything that I do in terms of writing the proposal, writing the book, writing for my group as well, the side project that we have of the Voyagers project. That's amazing. That's coming up as well. I'm writing with 7 different women on our voyage of how we became the progression to where we are now. Wow. So that's also going to be something I have to reward myself because that needs to be due. So I have all these deadlines that I got to write and do.
Oh my goodness. Wow. That sounds like it's going to be quite a production.
Oh yeah. It's an amazing, fierce group of women. We're coming from all walks of life, international writers, just amazing group of women.
That is awesome. Big things on the way. Oh man. I'm about 5 consecutive months in on this prosperity greeting, and there's still people who question it. It's like, listen, bruh, if things are away right now, it's not gonna get any worse changing your mind and trying this thing. It's not gonna get any worse. It can't get any worse by changing the way you speak. It can only get better depending on the perspective.
Absolutely.
So
and because you're doing what you're doing, the language will come for others who's going to mimic you. They're going to use your words.
Here's hoping, because I'm telling you, I need people to get lucky. I can't like, I'm practicing. I feel like I'm either superstitious or supernatural. Okay. One of my friends told me this one thing. They're I want to say Scottish. I believe it's Scottish.
It's all good.
Scottish and indigenous. So, we had a shot, and she asked if I was superstitious at all. I'm like, I don't know if I call it superstitious, but I believe in paranormal activities. So
coming from the Caribbean, we all do.
You know what I mean? So,
yes.
So she goes, what you should do is take a shot glass, fill it with alcohol, put it up on a high shelf somewhere where it can't be reached or spilled. Say thank you to the fairies and the pixies and all the little magical animals or little magical creatures and creations, and just leave it there until it's empty. And when it's empty, refill it. Y'all need to pay attention to this story right quick. So pull it back 30 seconds. I'm not going to repeat myself. Okay. Now, if you pull it back 30 seconds, let's go forward. Okay. So I don't have alcohol in my fridge at all. I see the cup is empty. My fridge stays closed 98% of the time when I'm not in it. There's a couple of times I go to close it and it doesn't close all the way, but Hydro's a motherfucker, so I make sure. Pardon my language. So I make sure it's closed. I went out. I'm like, okay, you know what? You're going to be entertaining this week. It's good to have a little bit of alcohol in your fridge just in case, just in case. So remember, the cup's empty now. The last 3 days, I never had my fridge open. I never turned and saw the fridge open at all. I put the alcohol in my fridge. I leave the kitchen. I come back, and the fridge is ajar. Now,
is the alcohol still there?
The alcohol is still there, but I had opened the bottle of alcohol. So now I'm here like, were they trying to get to it? Did I not leave? Did I not close the fridge door properly? But I heard the you know the contact when you hear the contact of the fridge closing, that vacuum little. I heard that. And it's not like there was a bunch of stuff hanging out of the fridge, like a drawer open or nothing like that. It was just.
Are you telling me a jumpy story right now? Is that what you're telling me right now?
Listen, nothing no if it frightened, make them try.
Oh my God. So that's supposed to give you prosperity? Is that supposed to give you abundance? Is that supposed to be some magical fairies that are looking after you?
I don't know, but I know since I've done it, I feel less negative energy. Like,
really?
Yes. Like before I poured the cup, I was just like, oh man, I don't even feel like doing this. I poured the shot glass. I'm just like, I got this stuff to do. I got that stuff to do. Like I've been moving things around, and I don't know if it's a placebo or if there's like a scientific.
Hey, if you believe it, it works. If you believe in it, it works. Anything you hold on to and you think it's a lucky charm, it works.
Yeah. Well, hey, I'm holding on to whatever I could keep a grip on.
Everything.
Oh, one more thing. I gotta show. Like honestly, when children are doing things and you support them, they will do them to the best of their ability. Look at this right here.
Loom bracelets. Yay!
My daughter has me decked out in loom bracelets. Like I am. Like I'm waiting for her to make me a loom necklace or something. You know what I mean? Just bam. Just pull up with one. Like she's been selling them too. She's not even joking. Sold one to her grandma. Sold one to a couple of my friends. Like, so yeah.
She's enterprising at a young age.
I'm telling you. Hear this ambitious one. Can I be a sponsor?
Yes.
I said, of course. You just gotta get a business name and actively contribute to the magazine. You know what I mean? Or the development of the magazine. But you're already a part of the team. She's like, oh, okay, I'll just be a part of the team then.
My little one is up, so I gotta get going.
Yes, okay.
Another day, another session, 7:30.
Yes, duty calls. And thank you for your time. We appreciate your energies. Now make sure you focus forward on the good that can happen, because you never know. If you never know what could happen, you might as well focus on the good.
Really. Yes, we become ourselves through ourselves. Yeah.
Yes.
Take care.
All the best.
Bye.